On the line with us right now, we have the editor and publisher of Talkers Magazine.
Do you really?
One Mr. Michael Harrison. Michael, how you doing today, sir?
Doing great, Ryan. Thanks for having me on your esteemed, award-winning, highly honored, famous show.
Thank you so much, Michael, and thank you for recognizing the Monsters for so many years. But I gotta tell you. Well, let's talk first. How hard is it to pick the Heavy 100? I mean, 100 names is a lot. There's a lot of big names in this list. How long does it take to narrow this list down?
It's always being worked on all year long. At talkers.com, there's a long disclaimer explaining all the elements that go into it and what the rules are. But basically, it remains radio-centric, meaning that in order to be on it, the minimum qualification is the host has to be regularly employed and heard on a commercial radio station or on an AM/FM radio station. It could be a public radio station as well.
That narrows a lot of people out because radio is so fickle.
You can't get there as a podcaster. That's the point. You got to have a radio job. So
okay.
You guys have been there for years. My gosh, what a great history you have with the Heavy 100. So I imagine you are wondering why this year it was only Russ. Yeah, not the group.
And by the way, Michael, this is Russ. I'm honored. He's whining and complaining. So he's been complaining about it all week, and I'm like, listen, I don't pick him. I have nothing to do with it. So yes, thank you for being on with us, Michael. I appreciate it, and thank you for the honor. As I think I email you every year and tell you I am completely honored. It's something that makes me feel, I don't know, it makes me feel good, and I appreciate it. But Ryan, go ahead with your little interview.
Well, not a little interview. Yeah, but and you could be honest with me. Did Russ send you an email and be like, "Hey, change it. I need all the love and accolades. The Monsters are sort of my backup band."
No, he just paid us. He slipped me a bribe. And, money talks, nobody walks. Now, seriously, you guys really care about this?
Oh, yeah, very much so, Michael.
I swear to God, Michael, when he saw that it was just me this year, he was so upset. He thinks that I told you to say, like, listen, I didn't know that I don't know why they did it this way this year, Ryan. I don't know. So, I'm glad he called you. What a nut you are, Ryan.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, let's figure this thing out. And let's solve the problem. I mean, obviously, there's a problem here. We have Russ Rollins, who's the organizer, the founder, and the guy that's been there every year. There's Carlos Navarro. Savannah Bone, is she still there?
Yeah, once a week she comes in. Carlos isn't with the show anymore. There are so many cast members that have come and gone, and I am the only one that's been there for 33 years, Ryan. That's what I tried to tell him. I didn't want to talk about this morning, Michael, but I had to bluntly tell him, listen, man, I'm the host that's been, it's the most important talk show host, not the sidekicks. I had to say that. I had to say that because they made me. I didn't want to have to say this, Michael.
I would hate to see that this honor that we give out, and it is an honor,
yes,
would lead to friction and the demise of the team. This is terrible. But on the other hand,
driving a wedge.
You've never been singularly honored for this. So we figured this year we would put your name in there and maybe go back to the whole group later. Because you've been doing it for so long.
Yes.
But we meant no harm. And I'll tell you what, you guys decide among yourselves. Do you want to be called this year Russ Rollins, or should we go to the great hard work of taking out that name and putting, Monsters of the Morning in?
Russ, what does Russ want to do?
It would make my life so much better if you said the Monsters of the Morning.
No, that's not what he said.
Because I know who is the host and I know who is...
Answer the question honestly.
Honestly, Ryan, it's for the host. It's not for...
There it is.
So if you're going to be honest, they're asking which host. They're saying not what radio show. What radio show is a different, probably even a different lineup of people. If you're asking about the host itself, I am the host, have been for 33 years at the same radio station, number one with every cast I've ever had. So if you're forcing me to explain this, I think it should be for that particular poll. It should be Russ Rollins. If it is what radio shows, then wouldn't that even be a different list, Michael? If you were saying the top 100.
It's always been a pain in the butt for us to deal with duos and teams and all of that. Some teams are really true teams. Some teams are like, you know, the Beatles. You can't change any one member. You couldn't say anybody's the leader.
Right.
Your group has been sort of right on the edge because there's so many of you.
Yeah.
But the consistency has been, Russ. That's not to take away from your contribution as an entity to radio history. You guys are pioneers in what has been called over the years the zoo format, and that is a central figure around which you use the word sidekicks, but sidekick is not a dishonorable term. It's an important part of show business.
Of course.
But ancillary players who bring tremendous color to the stage. So we've sort of let it slide. And this year we went with you only because the question always comes up with every team that works its way into the heavy 100. Most of them are duos, trios. In the sports world, they don't believe in the one host approach anymore. Every sports show is at least 2, 3, 4, 5 people.
Right.
And we don't do that list anymore. So, but, you know, I always tell people that complain, why do you care that much? It's only a stupid trade publication. And you guys know what you do. And I mean, the history of this particular show speaks for itself. However, that being said, the last thing we want to do is create trouble. And in this case, it's not worth creating trouble over. So you had your moment in the sun. We could change it or not. It's up to you guys.
See, Ryan, you're going to get me kicked out of the damn heavy 100. This is what you do.
Wow.
You're getting me kicked out of the heavy 100.
You don't understand, Michael. I don't have a lot in my life, so getting this plaque once a year was a big deal to me, okay?
Oh, by the way, Russ buys the plaque and gives it to you.
And I appreciate
They don't
that.
give you the plaque.
Okay.
Russ pays about $800 to give you guys plaques.
That's an $800 plaque?
Yes.
I'm going to sell that plaque for crack.
I got to say something.
Yes, Michael.
The only people making any money on this are the plaque people, and they are rogues.
Right.
We don't get paid for anything. We don't offer anybody a plaque.
See,
just having the honor in talkers is your plaque.
Now, Michael, just so you know, I let them think that you guys gave them a plaque because I wanted them to feel special, and I would pay for those every year and say, "Hey, look what Talkers Magazine sent you." So you know, I wouldn't be bringing all this up unless Ryan's doing it, but that's the truth of it all. But this has always been a big honor for me, even when I was like a young little radio guy. One day I'm going to be in Talkers Magazine, and I tell that to Michael every year, and you probably think I'm crazy.
We respect all of you. The most important thing, I'm kidding a little bit. We will change it if you want to, because it's not that what you guys, how you guys identify yourselves and how you see yourselves is my North Star. That's what we will follow. We're not looking to tell you who you are or what you are, but I am glad I have the opportunity here seriously to let your listeners know how respected both Russ and the entity of the Monsters is in the industry for not only its longevity and its continuing to be a unique, live, local, really, really power-packed program for all these years, and to have played a role as a pioneer in the zoo format, which you guys continue to do with relevance. A lot of them have fallen by the wayside. You guys keep it fresh, keep it going. So either way, you're winners, and we'll be happy to change it or not change it. It's all a lot of fun, and I hope there's an element of comedy. It's funny what you're doing, but I really wouldn't want us to be involved in creating controversy or friction in your ranks.
No, we're just
Michael. He cries about everything. It's okay. He whines about everything. You know what?
But like Michael said, I mean, it's whatever you want it to be next time, Russ.
How about Russ and the Monsters? How's that?
Russ and the Monsters.
There you go.
Okay.
Everybody's happy. Russ Rollins and the Monsters. There you go.
Change it. Sometime next week, we will have Russ and the Monsters in there, and that'll be it. You know, and everybody will be happy.
I'll take that plaque.
Now I got to order him a plaque, Michael.
Yeah. I got to go into the plaque pig.
Yeah, you do.
Hey, how do I make sure we don't slip into the 80s? Because, we were 79. We're right there on the edge.
Yeah.
What do I got to do to at least stay in the 70s?
We'll talk about that another time. We have a whole year.
I gotcha.
For you guys to evolve into whatever your next stage is. But I do want to say one other thing seriously is just being in that 100 is a big deal. There are over 5,000 candidates for for this list. And sometimes, very few things make me crazy. I roll with the flow. I've been doing this a long time, and Talkers has been around for 35 years. And, we know the ropes. But it makes me crazy when people don't realize what a great accomplishment it is to be anywhere within that 100.
Oh, I do. It's a big thrill for me every single. I think I send you a letter every year thanking you very much for it, because for whatever reason, when my dad was alive and I would show him, it meant the world to him that I was in Talkers magazine in the top 100. So it's a super honor for me. And honestly, when I saw that you had my name, it actually did make me feel really good. And then I came in here and Ryan started whining about it right away, and he put a damper on it for me. Thanks a lot, Ryan.
Hey, that's what I do. I make them damp, Russ.
We feared that might happen. It did come up, and we don't want that to be the case. Hey, you guys are the #1 zoo format on the list.
There you go.
Nice.
There's no other group of 6 or 7 or 8, or I don't even know how many you are at this point.
Did you just call us a zoo?
We're a zoo, yeah.
Like a bunch of animals?
That's an honor. That's an honor. I like it. Well, Michael Harris.
Well, Russ, who goes back. I mean, I don't know if he's the oldest member of the group.
I am
by far, by like a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Russ, you know that the zoo is a term. It's a professional broadcasting term for a style of morning radio.
Exactly.
And you guys were pioneers of that.
For sure.
And now you've outlived the actual term itself.
Yeah. All the other ones have fallen to the wayside. Yeah, that's very true. And Real Radio is still an unusual station in the entire country because it's an all FM format that gets high ratings, and there's not that many of those that do that.
And you're not ideological to the hilt, where it's only about left or right politics. You do culture, you do pop culture, celebrity gossip, relationships, the whole thing. It doesn't matter if you're number 80 or number 8. You're the only one of that genre on this list. And that's an amazing accomplishment. I mean, underneath the fun, and I'm getting a kick out of being on with you, and it's dynamic and it's live and it's fun. But the fact of the matter is, this is a great broadcasting concept, a great broadcasting entity, and you guys have executed it either individually or your predecessors all the way back to the beginning when Russ kicked this thing off. And in today's radio scene, where radio is facing economic problems, radio is facing competition from exotic digital media, radio is facing a generational divide, radio is facing all kinds of demographic issues, you're keeping the best of what radio can be within this particular cultural ilk, to use a word. You're keeping it alive and growing it, so much so that we don't know. You might be number 50 or 40 next year.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
So go on and do this for the team and do this for radio. And we will be following carefully and we'll make the change. The group is now officially known as Russ and the Monsters.
There you go.
That'll kick off on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, depending upon when we can get around to it.
Michael Harris, thank you for taking time to talk to us. I appreciate it. I apologize about Ryan Holmes. He's a crybaby, but I do appreciate the honor. As you know, I think I sent you a letter right away thanking you because it does mean the world to me. So thank you so much. As Talkers Magazine, this is the main man, the editor, the chief, the head honcho.
Talkers.com, folks. Thank you for having me on. Continued success. I hope I get to come back again sometime because this was fun.
Very good. Thank you, Michael. Michael Harris.
All right. We did it, Russ. We did it.
You did what?
What do you mean we did it?
I give him a plaque.
You embarrassed me in front of the editor of Talkers Magazine.
Plaque. That's all I heard. Plaque.
What you now know is
before was not brushing my teeth, baby. Give me that plaque.
They never gave you a plaque. I went and bought them and pretended like they gave it to you to make you feel good.
Okay, well, I'm going to need you to do that again.
Well,
because
I don't feel like shelling out $800.
Come on, buddy. Get your boy a plaque.